Hey y'all, it's Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 30 of Scrap-O-Ween. It is Killikit Sunday, and I have my picture picked out. I have some papers from my kit picked out, and I'm going to be using this sketch here created by Kathy Zacharuk from the 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And this one is so pretty. You have this middle piece here with the layers and some other little places and a journal spot, little title spot. So I'm excited to use that, and let's get started. For my background, I am using this basil cardstock in the color Pollen, and I don't really have any more full sheets from this collection, so I don't think. I might have one or two from like the cutouts. Not 100% certain now, but I do have these scraps left over from other layouts that I've done, and this is perfect for using up some scraps. Even your small scraps. I love this sketch. So I'm using the rest of this plaid paper that I have, and then I have this leaf paper that I wanted to use, and I cut it a little too small because that's what I do. I don't know why I try to measure, but I just cut it in half so that I could spread it out a little more to really show off the leaves. And then I have these two cardstocks here in the brown and the green, and I'm going to use them as some layering pieces in between. And then I also have these 3x4 cut aparts here, and I love the gradient of the leaves in this card, and I end up covering it up. Yeah, you'll see. You'll see at the end. But I'm cutting out that card and this one, and they both have sayings on them, but I don't care. I am cutting them out simply for the floral motif and the color of the card, and I am just going to ignore the fact that they have a saying on them. I'm just going to cover it up. And that's why I end up just kind of covering up the gradient of my leaves. Because I was trying to cover up that saying. I should have angled it out a little bit more to accommodate what I end up putting on top of it. But we haven't got there yet. So what I'm doing here is just stacking everything up to see how it's all going to go together and how I like it. And I go ahead and put my photo down. And I've also backed my photo with some white cardstock. So I have that done. And then I'm just going to run some ATG tape down one side of my paper here. And then go ahead and attach this little strip of the brown. And I'm going to do that on the other side as well. And then I'll do the exact same thing for all of my other layers also. So I get that situated, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And I get it all together. And I'm going to go ahead and glue down all my layers to my background. And there I almost had a fight with my ATG because the tape wants to stick. It wants to stick to the backer paper, and it's so aggravating. But that's okay. We just keep going, and I'm going to put my photo down where I want it, and I'm pretty much just going to follow this sketch, and it comes together so quickly. And I think it looks so cute, and it's a great opportunity to use all these little offcuts. Now, not everybody is going to save this size of a scrap when they're doing layouts. But because I also do Pocket Life pages or Project Life or whatever it is, I use the little pieces. So I save all my little pieces. And it's fun to be able to find a way of using them on my 12 by 12 layouts. So then it's like I feel like I'm getting even more out of my supplies. So like this is very thin, and I kept it because it kind of reminded me of a border strip. So I did not end up using it that way, but that's okay because I've got it on this layout, and I just love this color. It's such a pretty shade of green. So I trimmed that down, and now I have even smaller pieces. But I'm going to look through all my little scraps here to see if I have this, what's in my right hand, if I have another scrap, because I'm like, well, this is a big piece and I didn't really want to cut a piece out of it. But I'm like, well, I want to use this color so I can get more of it on the page. So I had to cut it. Oh well, now I'll just have even more pieces to use elsewhere. And I have to trim off all this here because my layers was just a little bit longer than my cardstock. So I got everything nice and trimmed up. And then here's my title. Now, my daughter, for the October festival at our school, dressed up as a little deer. And I found this little deer sticker from, let's see, I'm not sure. Let me look real quick and see if I can find it really quick. Probably not. I think it was from, yes, it was from a Cartabella 12 by 12 sticker sheet called A Perfect Autumn by Alicia Gordon. So I had to use that because it has the deer on it, and she's dressed up as a deer. And then, as a play on words, I use my title that says Such a Cute Deer, and it is spelled D-E-A-R because she is dear to my heart. But then, of course, it sounds like deer, D-E-E-R. So, yes, my pun. You must appreciate it. So, moving on, then I pull out some more 12 by 12 sticker sheets. This one here is the one that actually came with the collection that I am using, the Cartabella. It's my favorite. I never can remember it. Hello Autumn. I always want to say Hello Fall because I'm used to calling it fall instead of autumn. But it's Hello Autumn. And I had not been using a bunch of stickers as I've been making my layouts this month. So I was like, man, my sticker sheet needs some love. So I'm looking on the sticker sheet for elements to use, and I find this little pumpkin, and I went ahead and used that little floral piece that had a saying on it, but I did not care again about the saying. I just kind of trimmed it down and put it up under my deer. And then I had this little leaf to kind of fill in that gap between the floral and the pumpkin. And then I have this sticker sheet here. And when I very first was going to do this layout and I saw that tree, I wanted to use the tree. Even though it's really big, and I was like, that's okay, it'll be fine. But then I end up covering up the gradient of the leaves that I liked so well. So, oh well, it's okay. So back to the Hello Autumn sticker sheet for another little icon sticker. And I get this little pumpkin with a curly Q on it. And that is looking really cute. And then that flower up there, I think that came from that other sticker sheet. Yeah, from the Autumn by Stephen Duncan sticker sheet. And then I found this leaf to use, and I liked the way that it was angled, so I thought it fit in that spot just perfectly. And then here's a little apple to kind of finish that off. And since I have an apple in that cluster, I decide I need to put an apple in the other ones as well. So I just tuck that one in there up under the deer, and then I get this one. And I kind of struggled to get some of these stickers off because in certain parts they're not cut through quite all the way, I think. And they're thicker, so the top layer wants to pull off and the sticky part wants to stay on the backer sheet. So you have to be kind of careful when you pull those up. Now I'm going through the sticker book looking for some little word stickers because I wanted to put just a little bit more in there. And so I find this one that says favorite. And then I find another one and it says memories. And I kind of was like, do I want to use the small banner one or do I want to use more of the larger word sticker? And I decided that I really wanted to use the smaller one. So I go ahead and stick that up there. And then the last thing, well, no, I think it's the last thing that I'm going to do, but it's not. But right now, I'm going to put my splatters on. And again, I'm using my watercolors. And I really like this deep, deep gold. It's almost like a shiny orange instead of gold. But it is very shimmery. So when it dries, it is metallic. It is gold. And it's so pretty. And I get it nice and wet there so that it will splatter nicely for me. If you don't have it thin enough, then it doesn't really want to splatter well. You end up with like these really teeny little splatters. So I load up my brush with the color and make sure there's lots and lots on there so I get lots and lots of splatters. And then I'm going to take that out of my splatter box, and then I'm like, oh, I wanted to put some enamel dots on here. So I get some enamel dots, totally forgetting that this collection came with enamel dots. It's sitting right there in my container that I've had this kit in this whole month, but totally forgot. So I just have these random enamel dots that I picked out, and I'm using the darker, it's like a brownish orangey color. It goes, so I'm going to use it. And I get those put on there, and that's going to do it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the links below for everyone who is playing along with Christy's, I do it every time, with 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. There's a link down there to a main playlist that everyone's been putting their videos on, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!